mid-year intake of either the Master of Business Administration or postgraduate diploma in business administration programs at Wits Business School. The MBA and PDBA programs will equip you with the critical thinking and leadership skills necessary to face the challenges of the evolving world of work and business. Applications are now open for the July intake and close on the 30th of April. Visit wbs@ac.za for more info. Wits Business School, sculpting global leaders.
To live wealthier, you need to be able to grow your assets. At Standard Bank Private, you get a team of internationally acclaimed financial experts to advise you on local and global investment strategies. Plus, being with a leader in home loans, you can start expanding your property portfolio. So, come live wealthier with Africa's best private bank. Apply online at standardbank.co.za. Standard Bank is an authorized FSP and registered credit provider. T's and C's apply.
Calling all wedding planners and venues, restaurants, conference centers and hotels. Do you need tables and chairs? Home in One has it all. Do you need cutlery, crockery, table linen and restaurant equipment? Home in One has it all. Do you need tents, gazebos or umbrellas? Home in One has it all. Affordable prices, the latest trends with 2 branches in Pretoria and Johannesburg. Shop online at homein1.co.za because we're your #1 choice. Home in One has it all.
Hello, welcome to the Crazy Store.
Hello, hi. I would like a refund for the stress ball.
Of course.
I have been squeezing it for 6 days and I'm still totally stressed out.
I see.
These safety pins, they don't work. I pin them to my pants, but they don't make me feel safe. Can I exchange them for this pepper spray?
No problem. The Crazy Store. Our quality promise means we'll replace or refund any of our products that you are not happy with.
This is a message from Johannesburg Water. Johannesburg Water assures residents that the city is not facing day zero. Current water challenges in parts of Joburg are infrastructure related, not a system collapse. To strengthen supply, the city is implementing major upgrades, including the E-Rand Tower and Carlswold Reservoir in Midrand, the new Brixton Reservoir and Tower supplying Malville, Immarentia, Westdean and Coronationville, and the Jabulani Reservoir in Soweto. The city thanks residents who have embraced water-saving efforts. Johannesburg Water, a water utility that cares.
John Perlman. Weekday afternoons,
3 to 6.
Nothing is done because there are no funds. I don't think it's a simple linear line of causation like that. There is always money in government, and my goodness, the money is made available rapidly and readily for some absolute nonsense, usually involving 25% for somebody who then provides the service badly. So I'm not convinced that government is short of money. I would have thought that sequence should be, I think we've got to, in analyzing what's going wrong with water provision, move. There would be more money if it wasn't spent lining people's pockets.
John Perlman.
3 to 6 on 702.
702 Afternoon Drive with John Perlman is proudly brought to you by Telkom Business. Possible begins here.
You're listening to 702 Afternoons
With Relebogile Mabotja
winner for the best talk show
at the Telkom Radio Awards.
19 minutes after 1 o'clock, and we're talking about the sensitive conversation around having a spouse who's unemployed or a partner who's unemployed and not earning an income. 011 883 0702, the WhatsApp line 072 702 702. Please do feel free to be anonymous due to the sensitive nature of this call, then this theme and conversation. We go to the lines. Rose in Fourways. Hi, Rose.
Hi. Good afternoon.
Yes.
Yeah, very sensitive topic. Very loaded in the sense that when you've been married for over 20 years, ANC without accrual, you happily live the years where your husband said, fine, you can stay at home because there's so much to do. You're busy building homes. And he's out there supposedly making money, creates lots of businesses, and then one of the deals lately, he's had a delayed payment. No, it's coming tomorrow, next month. So a large corporate company has basically crippled us. And a year later, after I've now had a good history of credit, you're sitting at home doing with a supportive role, 2 children, school, transport, meals, everything. So your limits on your credit's extended. You've taken out loans. You've borrowed from family because, oh no, it's coming tomorrow. And then when the little bit does come in, you suddenly dropped where the broken promises are not honored because now the debt's accumulated. So then you become, my situation, you separated, you're trying to run two households. Now the husband's kind of trying to move on and not honoring all the debt and the backload. So now you're sitting as a 58-year-old female with two children having to start again. And the sort of history of being at home, playing a supportive role where the husband is now kind of not appreciating what you've done all these years and kind of just not your problem anymore. And you go, okay, this is a wake-up call. So just to be a reality check, when I went to the maintenance court yesterday, again, he uses delay tactics, and basically it gets cancelled now for another month while they supposedly look at all the documents, which I had perfectly in order. And there's another lady sitting next to me. This poor woman's trying to get spousal maintenance, and she's also been a caregiver all her life, two young children. The man refuses. He would like, now it's almost, they're so angry that they only want to pay you 100 rand a month, but it's the children that ultimately bear the brunt, because now you haven't gotten food on the table, you haven't, everything is kind of accumulating, and you still got to smile, still got to pretend everything's fine. And she just, the husband just gets away with it and walks out, and now that she's got to do another case. So it's just really sad, and a big reality check is don't ever fall into that trap where your broken promises and having this lifestyle where you lose your independence, and you doing it for the family to stay together, and you just want it to be healthy, but sadly it just doesn't happen sometimes, and life just changes very quickly.
Yeah, and I think, Rose, you are speaking to the experience of many, and here's what the fortunate part is there have been words and names put to what you're describing, right? Which is the unpaid labor of many women and wives, which the husbands benefit from, in that you're able to advance your career knowing that somebody will take care of everything domestically. But then the one comes out with nothing to show for that, whereas the other one can say, well, why should she take half if she never made any money? Because they don't value the labor that did not make an income. And now we're living in a time where we can quantify, well, the driving, the chefing, the nannying, all of those things, you can actually quantify it. I think the biggest thing is marrying in community of property is something that needs to disappear, because even, Rose, in a case like yourself, and maybe let me ask, had it been that your husband had passed away and not that you were trying to divorce, would you have also been stuck?
100%, because there are months where he hasn't even been able to pay the medical aid, and then I don't even know if he's paid a policy where he's supposedly meant to leave us money, but because you don't have communication, you don't know the truth. So I only find out when you take your daughter to doctors and stuff. Oh no, sorry, it doesn't go through. So now you've got all these out of
pocket expenses,
and that's where it's now hurting really badly, and you kind of exhausted all your avenues, and he's just like, I don't know. It's kind of hectic, yeah.
Look, I can tell you this, and I hope, Rose, you use the social media platforms. There are so many women who find themselves in that situation that can maybe share some advice with you of how to start rebuilding your life without having to wait for somebody to show up at court. A person will delay if they can, having to do what they need to do. And we know in South Africa, divorces can take years to get resolved. But thank you so much. It is a sensitive conversation. There are people who are at home with no work experience because that was the agreement. The agreement was, I will do this, you will do this. Years later, you don't actually have something that society can quantify, a tangible thing to show for it. It's easy for it to be said, well, you didn't make any money, therefore. We go to Sam in Centurion. Hi, Sam.
Hello.
Oh, Sam, you sound so far.
Oh, no. Can you hear me now?
Yes, much better. Yes, go ahead, Sam.
Yes, my experience with
Sam. I don't know what happened.
Can you hear?
Stay in one place. Yes, go ahead.
Okay, my experience with the partner who is not working is that in most relationships, obviously, as a guy, you're expected to provide for your partner, right? But the horror for me came that she expected me to provide for her and the child that she's had from another relationship. And for me, that wasn't happening because the thing is that she was using also the advantage that I was also starting to date. I was new in the dating market. She's been there for long. And then as a result, I wasn't even willing to support a child who isn't mine, first of all. Another thing is that I was only willing to help her where I could, but not to support her because she was an adult. She was 6 years older than I. And then I couldn't. The relationship fell apart. Then she came to my employer stating that I've abandoned her. I've been taking care of them and I've abandoned her. She came to my employer. She came to report me and that there's a child involved. She didn't tell them that this is the child she had from another relationship. No, she claimed that it was my child. And then we wishing that the employer can, when they pay me, then they can cut the salary and distribute to her account so that they can use it to support the child, which wasn't mine anyway. The employer said to her, okay, fine, because they called me to a meeting. I said, no, this isn't my child. And the employer said to me, you know what? Since both of you are arguing, you're going back and forth, we can organize a paternity test to see whether it was your child, whether the child is indeed yours, because she's saying it's your child, you're saying it's not your child. And then, knowing that she's going to lose anyway, because this thing is going to be exposed, she went to the children's court to file, arguing under Section 26, I think. Her claim being that I've exposed this child to a certain life of comfort. I was supporting this child, so it's in the best interest that I go and support this child. And then the case, I appeared once, and then the case, we were given another date, and then she didn't pitch. And that was the horror for me. And that's another thing that I keep arguing.
Can I ask a question, Nassam? So in total, how long were you together?
Okay, it was from June up until early February the following year.
Oh, okay. So just a couple of months that you were with this person. The reason I'm asking, Nassam, is I was just trying to understand, because I do think somewhere in the law, in certain situations, they make provision that if you become a step parent of sorts, then and that became part of the structure. And I stand to be corrected here. Legal people that are listening, please come through. I think a claim could be made if the stepchild was financially dependent on you. But I think in your case, it might be different. I'd love to hear from those of you that are familiar. That can a person take you to court for maintenance for a child that is not yours if you were together, or if you were married and this child now became dependent on you, which is not the case in this one with Sam. I see you, Jacob, and I see your messages that are coming through as we continue this conversation of the unspoken challenges of having a spouse who is not earning an income and is unemployed. And I'm not talking again about people who are looking for employment or work. There are many people who are stay-at-home moms, stay-at-home dads, stay-at-home wives, that it is by choice and they can be there. But the ones where it is not by choice, that they are in that situation, is there resentment that builds? Are there frustrations within that? So I want to hear from all of you, but also make sure you stick around, because we are giving away money with the Mahindra Fusion Fest quiz. And to enter, WhatsApp the keyword Mahindra to 0727021702 with your name and ID number, and we could be calling you back to play for up to 10,000 Rand cash and 2 tickets to the fest on 702. T's and C's apply. It's 1:30, time for your latest Eyewitness News headlines. Good afternoon.
Thanks, Relebogile. Good afternoon. Experts at auditing firm Deloitte do not expect a VAT hike when Finance Minister Enoch Godongwana tables Budget 2026 today. Despite fiscal pressures, Godongwana is likely to avoid tabling a proposal for higher value-added tax after public sentiment and political opposition forced him to withdraw a hike last year. Treasury later made expenditure adjustments in order to cover a projected shortfall of 75 billion rand. The Medlanga Commission of Inquiry is considering bringing the doctors in who sign sick notes for witnesses who are scheduled to appear. This is to try prevent the recurring problem of witnesses falling ill just before testifying. The Commission is not sitting today after a witness who is due to testify today submitted a medical certificate stating he is unwell. And 4 people have been killed in Russia following a drone attack on a fertilizer plant. Unverified images published on social media show the plant in flames earlier today. According to reports, authorities are considering evacuating residents from the western town of Smolensk. Those are the headlines. This EWN and more at 2 or as it happens.
EWN Traffic.
Well, at this stage in the Centurion area heading towards the Pretoria CBD, there's bumper traffic on the N14 northbound from the N1 Brakfontein interchange to Jean Avenue, while in Reimsig, west of Joburg, there's slow-moving traffic on Hendrik Potgieter between Handicap Road and the N14. Otherwise, the rest of 702 lane not looking too bad. No serious accidents have been reported on our highways. Just look out for those faulty traffic lights. In Ilovo at Collet and Zinia, there's also slow-moving traffic heading towards the intersection of Jan Smuts and Republic. That's in the Hyde Park area due to faulty traffic lights. If you come across any other traffic issues, please WhatsApp us on 072 702 1702.
There's more EWN on air, online, and on the EWN app.
Bongani Bingwa, 702 Breakfast.
Weekday mornings, 6 to 9.
A report by the Basic Education Department, 15% of grade 3 learners across the country cannot make out a single word they read. Just let that sit with you. They're in grade 3. What are some of the earliest words we read? Mama, Dada, Baba. I can't make out a single word. In grade 3. How did they get from 1 to 2 to 3? How worrying is that?
Bongani Bingwa, 6 to 9.
On 702.
All scholar transport operators are required to comply with the following mandatory requirements. All required licenses and certificates must be renewed annually for minibus taxis and biannually for buses in accordance with applicable regulations. Overloaded, unroadworthy, or unlicensed vehicles will be impounded without exception. Every vehicle must be equipped with an appropriate and fully stocked first aid kit at all times. Routine safety inspections are compulsory for all vehicles providing scholar transport services. Compliance with these requirements is non-negotiable and is enforced to safeguard the lives of learners and all road users. Issued by the National Department of Transport.
You may regret pulling a muscle while trying to impress that someone at the gym. But with Outsurance Essential Car Insurance, you'll have no regrets covering your older car at a much lower premium. And you get third-party cover up to 1 million rand. Get Outsurance Essential Car Insurance today for unfinanced cars older than 5 years valued at less than 130,000 rand. SMS SAVE to 45363. That's SAVE to 45363. Licensed insurer and FSP. TCs and information online.
Meetings Africa is celebrating 20 years in 2026. Over the years, Meetings Africa has connected Africa to the world through a consistent showcase of Africa's diverse offering of services and products in the meetings, incentives, conferences, and exhibition sector. Join us at the Center Convention Center from the 23rd to 25th February 2026. Register at www.meetingsafrica.co.za. Brought to you by South African Tourism.
This is financial year end. This is financial year end supercharged with the help of Zero Small Business Accounting Software. This is you talking to your accountant or bookkeeper. This is you talking to your accountant or bookkeeper with the help of Zero Small Business Accounting Software. So supercharge your business with the help of Zero and blast past financial year-end stress. Try Zero free for 30 days. Terms apply. Search Zero with an X.
The Johannesburg Philharmonic Orchestra presents its summer season concerts, featuring celebrated conductors and soloists. Thursday evenings from 26th February to 19th March at the Linda Auditorium. These concerts are not to be missed. Tickets available at Quicket.
It's easy to assume a children's home is simply a place that provides food and beds. But for many vulnerable children, it's the first real sense of safety that they've ever known. Tomorrow on the afternoon drive with John Perlman, we'll speak to the Dis-Chem Foundation and Hearts of Hope about how creating nurturing environments today helps shape the adults South Africa will depend on tomorrow. Remember, every swipe of your Dis-Chem Better Rewards card helps keep safe spaces like children's homes running. The Dis-Chem Foundation, caring for the community. Every swipe counts.
Your voice.
Your life.
Your afternoon radio.
On 702 Afternoons.
With Relebogile Mabotja.
24 minutes to 2 o'clock. And we are having a conversation around the unspoken challenges and experiences of being married to or having a partner who's unemployed. They're not looking for a job. Or rather, they are looking for a job and they're in a position where they're not making an income, which is a terrible place to be. And it comes with its own various dynamics, with you possibly being the main breadwinner, or things just did not work out as planned, where you know it's not a person's fault, but some kind of resentment starts to grow and build. Please feel free to be anonymous if you feel more comfortable to do so. 011 883 0702, the WhatsApp line, 072 702 and 702. We have Jacob in Ennerdale. Hi, Jacob.
Hi, Relebogile Shapura.
Ke Relebogile, Jacob. How, Jacob? Go ahead, Jacob.
My apologies. Hey, Relebogile. Being unemployed, I've been unemployed for the past 6 years, and honestly speaking, unspoken words in between. That's when you see, okay, problems are starting.
Let me translate. So you'll start to experience it first in the bedroom. Yes.
In the bedroom. In the bedroom. So the problem starts in the bedrooms. That's when you'll see that, oh, crap, that means I'm messing up. Our roles are reversed, where in a sense, she's employed, I'm unemployed. So whatever that I would expect her to do when she's unemployed, I'm the one that's basically doing all of that. At my age, I'm basically unemployable because companies are looking for much more younger employees. Yes. So now it's a struggle. Even though I try, I sell eggs, I sell hampers, I try on the side, but it's quite difficult. And for her also, there's a point where I actually feel like I'm a parent to her. Yes, we've got a kid with this, we've got a child, we've got 2 kids together, and I've got other kids outside also. But I really cannot really pay attention to all of them, to the fact that financially it's quite difficult. You know, every penny that I get, I need to bring it in the house in order for there to be peace in the house.
So let me ask a question, Jacob, because I think you've painted a clear picture, and we're not going to ignore the fact that the gender roles are still what they are, that there is an expectation with you being a man that you should be the provider and all of those things. I'm curious as to what the conversation is when you guys do have conversations. Are you having conversations where you're sitting to say, all right, this month, this is what I managed to do. Where should I top up? Or is it just a not really speaking much about it? You mentioned the bedroom. Just maybe help me understand, because maybe part of the problem is the communication part.
We do communicate, but there's one thing about it, Relebogile. There's always an expectation coming to women. You are a man. I'm not supposed to be working. You know, you're the one that's supposed to be doing everything. So you're the man of the house. So since that you're the man of the house, you must make sure we eat, we do this. There's an expectation from her. And on my side, it's very difficult because I don't want to lie. I honestly try my level best, or else I can bring in something, you know.
So I'm gonna suggest, because that expectation is there, and this is the difficult part. Now let me give the disclaimer: I'm not married. I've never been married. We all know that. But let me say, I would imagine that prior to committing in a way that you become dependent on one another in a certain way, there must be a conversation that is explored around what should happen if one of you is not working, and the other way around. What should happen if one of you does not make an income? Because anything can happen in life. Anything can happen, and it is tough. I got a message that says, even if it's not the person's fault, you can't help but feel resentful towards them after a while. Hear your voice notes on 072 702 and 702.
Relebogile, to have a spouse who's unemployed, and while they try to hustle and still they fail, it's so painful, because you wake up alone, you go work, you come back at the end of the month, it becomes the struggle. You have to pay water and lights, you have to see that there's food in the house, the kids, and everything. It's so difficult. But there are those people who say their wives can just stay at home and they will work. No, I can't. Really, I can't. Yeah, that's that. Thank you. Taru, wako di proof.
Relebogile, I've been in that dynamic. I was actually there for a long time, looking for work is hard, and sometimes maybe they think that you're not even looking, but you're trying your best. You've got the newspapers, you're on LinkedIn, Biz Community, PNet, everything, to a point where sometimes it feels like you've applied for a job twice, or there's nothing else. And I would stay in my room depressed, because I was afraid as soon as I get out my room, maybe I'll get judged. And even when I did get employed, it was a matter of catching up financially. Like, I'm not where I'm supposed to be. So I still wasn't living a certain lifestyle. And even now, by the grace of God, things are okay. But hey, that season in my life was humbling. So I don't overdo things, because I know how the bottom feels like.
Hi, Relebogile, Anonymous here. I haven't found work in 5 years, and my partner is also working in the school assistant programs. We have 3 children, and it's difficult. I'm having to cook every day, prepare the kids and all that. However, the other thing that we're not looking at is the job opportunities are mainly for youth. What about the people that are over 35? What do we do? Because we have work experience, but we're not getting job opportunities. And obviously, job opportunities, rightfully so, are going to the youth. But what about us? What do we do? I've been sending out CVs for a long time, and it's just not coming right.
So many of your messages that we won't even have time to get through. But a person says, I honestly think husbands have to change their ways. It cannot be that I'm a breadwinner. I come back from work to find a dirty house, no cooked food while he's at home. The burden of providing financially is huge. So he has to assist domestically. This is from Busi. Ingrid from Aldo says, Rose said it all perfectly for most of us. The biggest advice, do not get married in community of property. Relebogile, please keep me anonymous. I have been with my unemployed partner for 3 years, and lately it has just been causing fights because I feel like he's not doing enough to get money. Despite looking for employment, I feel like he has resources resources and connections he can use to actually get to the point where he can make an income, like use the property that his mom left him to create rental income, go into business, and the list goes on. I understand being unemployed, supporting your partner through difficult times, but that only works when you see a partner is working. And again, it becomes that perception of, are you doing enough? You could be doing more. So sorry I couldn't get to all of your messages, but I think we'll take a moment to pick this conversation up again, get an expert in, and we will keep all of your messages.
Fashion, art, and music will take center stage. And so can you by playing the Mahindra Fusion Fest quiz on 702.
The Mahindra Fusion Fest 2026 goes down on Saturday, the 7th of March at Sunbet Arena, and it's going to be a cultural revolution, fusing unique expressions of music, fashion, and art into one-off performances for one night only. Moothley's hosting with live performances by Daliwonga, Focalistic, Kurt Darren, Claire Johnston from Mango Groove, Zingumalo, the Tshwane Gospel Choir, and more. So get your tickets now at Ticketmaster, complete a test drive at your nearest Mahindra showroom, and stand a chance to win the Mahindra XUV3XO. T's and C's apply. So we asked for you to send your names and the word Mahindra and your ID numbers, and Keegan Daniels in Midrand got to us. Keegan, how are you doing?
I'm good yourself, Relebogile. Good, thanks.
I am good. Keegan, please do tell me which category are you choosing, art, fashion, or music?
I'm going to go for fashion.
You're going to go for fashion. Yeah. All right. No, you've got 5 questions to answer in 30 seconds, and each one can win you 2,000 Rand cash if you get it correct. Are you ready to play?
Sounds good.
All right. Good. Here we go for our fashion round. Start the clock. What goes around your neck to keep warm?
A scarf.
What is sportswear?
What is?
Sportswear.
Adidas shorts, running shorts.
Name a fabric.
Jeans, leather.
True or false, trends change over time?
True.
Cultural festivals like Mahindra Fusion Fest may feature fashion moments?
True, yes.
I'm looking at the judges because we're done with the questions. In time, I'm looking at the judges. Yo, Keegan.
Who? I'm shaking.
You're shaking. What do you need this money for, Keegan?
Okay, I got small debt that I need to pay off, and I would love to take myself on a holiday with my girlfriend, which I haven't done in the past 3 to 4 years.
Are you guys going to Durban?
No, not Durban. Somewhere in hopefully somewhere in Cape. I want to come down to my family in Cape Town as well, but yeah, that's all everything's expensive. But for now, I'm gonna keep it local.
Let's keep it local, but the great thing is, Mahindra's giving you 10,000 rands, my guy.
Oh, thank you.
10,000 rand cash. No. You got all of your questions correct. Keegan, stay on the line. I feel like we all are going on this holiday. We need photos. We need evidence. Hore Mahindra sent you. Congratulations. And of course, you get to also enjoy 2 tickets that will take you to the Mahindra Fusion Fest for 2026, powered by 702. Catch us again tomorrow for another chance to play. I love giving money away.
In the last 24 hours, this is what's happened in your world.
For many consumers, the budget speech isn't just about the numbers. They're hoping Treasury recognizes the cumulative pressure that households face. Despite the absence of personal income tax increases over the past 2 years, Standard Bank says consumers have still felt the pinch. This includes reduced purchasing power from bracket creep after personal income tax brackets were not adjusted for inflation in 2024 and 2025. Head of Economic and Behavioral Analytics at Standard Bank, Emile Duplessis, says if today's budget makes no inflation adjustments, households may need to reassess their spending and trim costs.
EWN, in touch, in tune, and independent.
This is a message from Johannesburg Water. Johannesburg Water understands the frustration and inconvenience some residents are experiencing due to the current water interruptions in some parts of the city. Their technical teams are working around the clock to stabilize supply by repairing major leaks, managing system pressure, and coordinating closely with the bulk supplier. Focused interventions are underway in critical systems and areas to support system recovery and restore supply. Alternative water supply continues being provided in affected areas. Johannesburg Water, water utility that cares.
Guess what? The Dis-Chem 2+1 Health Foods Weekend is back.
And this time, it's better than ever. Simply pick any 3 of your favorite healthy foods and get the cheapest one free. Look out for the Better Rewards icon and score an extra 10% off Better Rewards brands on top of the promo. We're talking anything from muesli, oats, sauces, spices, healthy snacks, free-from foods and more. Don't miss Dis-Chem's 2+1 Health Foods Weekend, Friday 27 February to Sunday 1 March. Only at Dis-Chem, better health starts here.
This message is brought to you by Eskom. Redefining for a better future.
Are you running a business? Every rand counts. Save electricity and cut costs by switching off lights, computers, and air cons after hours. Use energy-efficient lighting and equipment and make saving electricity part of your daily routine. Smart energy habits mean lower bills and greener business future. Let's power success efficiently.
Let's use electricity wisely. Eskom.
Whether it is a CCMA referral, problems with a mechanic, unfair blacklisting, or an uncontested divorce, Clientele Legal offers professional legal services to all South Africans. Our plans are affordable, and you receive up to 745,000 rand worth of legal services per year. We cover civil, criminal, and labor-related matters. Our nationwide legal teams are standing by to support you 24 hours a day. Plus, all plans include a 5,000 rand bail benefit. Join today. SMS Legal to 48721. That's legal to 48721. Clientele General is an authorized FSP and licensed non-life insurer. T's and C's online. Standard rates apply.
The Money Show.
Weekday evenings at 6.
On the next Money Show, as South Africa awaits the 2026 budget, we'll bring you the voices at the centre of it all. The Treasury Director General, Duncan Peterson, and the SARS Commissioner, Edward Kieswetter, will join us in the hours after the budget so we can put some questions to them. Your shapeshifter, Anchor Capital CEO Peter Armitage. Business Unusual, Peter Tolmans, explores what truly sets successful CEOs apart. And we wrap up with expert analysis of the day's biggest business stories.
The Money Show
On 702. Let's walk the talk.
The Money Show with Stephen Curtis is brought to you by ABSA Corporate and Investment Banking, a proud sponsor of the LMA ICMA Loan and Capital Markets Africa Summit 2026. Advancing Africa's capital markets to drive sustainable growth across the continent. ABSA is a registered FSP. T's and C's apply.
702.
702.
Finance Feature.
8 minutes to 2 o'clock as we prepare for the minister's budget speech for 2026. We sort of take a look at what it is we can expect from this. Mike Touche, partner tax consulting at Forvis Mazars, joins us now for that. Mike, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, hi there, Relebogile. Yeah, nice to join you, and hopefully our Minister of Finance gives us lots of money like Mahindra's giving away.
I feel like they have the money, but they don't want to. But in terms of this particular budget speech, what do you hope is going to be a key, let's say, high-level key issues that are addressed?
Okay, so one of the things that I think we need to understand, if Treasury or the government collects a lot more money, they possibly have got some leeway to give us some relief. And the issue that we've been having is for the last 2 years, we haven't had any inflation relief, or what we commonly known as bracket relief for individuals. And if those collections are up, hopefully he will give us some relief in the form of increasing the brackets so that there is some cushion for inflation, and inflation doesn't push a salary earner into the next bracket, or even income earner.
So let's do this, Mike. I'm going to ask you to stay with us. It seems like they already are walking into the room. I do need to take a break so we can go to news earlier. But Mike, stay with us because you and I are going to have quite a bit to chat about. We take a break.
Meetings Africa is celebrating 20 years in 2026. Over the years, Meetings Africa has connected Africa to the world through a consistent showcase of Africa's diverse offering of services and products in the meetings, incentives, conferences, and exhibition sector. Join us at the Sandton Convention Center from the 23rd to 25th February 2026. Register at www.meetingsafrica.co.za. Brought to you by South African Tourism.
Starting something new, then start somewhere that works as hard as you do. WeWork is co-working done properly, fast Wi-Fi, open desks, quiet booths, unlimited coffee, meeting rooms, community events, networking, even global access to over 2,000 locations worldwide, 24/7. No long leases, no locked-in overheads, just a smart space for smart startups designed to grow with you. Book a free guided WeWork tour at Rosebank, Sandton or Cape Town. WeWork.co.za, made for work, built for business.
What's up? Why is there a horse in your driveway?
You right, Savvy. Why drive a Mustang when you can ride one?
What the missus say?
Well, she had a bit of a long face, but now she's stable.
If you need a backup plan, We Buy Cars can sort you out.
Nah, Savvy, this thing is eco-chic.
Stop horsing around, cowboy. Rather get one of these from We Buy Cars.
What's the horsepower on that thing?
More than one, Dolph. More than one.
Don't be Dolph, be savvy. We Buy Cars, geared for adventure, geared for you.
The Vodacom United Rugby Championship is one of the hottest tournaments on the planet. Hollywood Bets add spice with an epic competition in which 400,000 Rand in cash, prizes and betting vouchers must be won. Prizes include a Vodacom URC VIP experience and a glamorous Table Mountain adventure. To enter, simply bet 30 Rand or more on any Vodacom URC fixture between 23 January and 16 May. T's and C's apply. Hollywood Sportsbook is a licensed betting operator. No persons under the age of 18 years are permitted to gamble. Winners know when to stop. South African Responsible Gambling Foundation toll-free counselling line 0800 006 008 or WhatsApp HELP to 076 675 0710.
This is EWN.
Good afternoon, I'm Bali Dlamini. The big question on everybody's mind this afternoon is whether the taxman has collected enough money to avoid tax increases. Finance Minister Enoch Godongwana will be hoping to table a less contentious budget in Parliament this afternoon after last year's value-added tax debacle.